This class I'm going to be discussing to you images in HTML. So you learn how to organize images in your directory structure, setting up your directory structure, and then inserting the images in your HTML document, and also controlling the images after inserting them in your web page. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you must have your files organized in a folder. So I created one folder here and named it as HTML images. Then when I open it up, inside it I sorted a few images that we're going to use, and then we must have our HTML page saved in the same folder. So let us save that. Click right here. Let's create it very fast. HTML, Control D to duplicate it. Just put a closing tag. Let me first save it before we proceed writing this code. So I click save. See, we want to save it in this HTML images folder, this one, and then I'll name this as index.html. So when I save, it will come over here in the same folder as we put the images. Now let's proceed with writing. Actually, I think you know how to go back to the edit mode of the web page you have saved. If it exists like this, you must be able to go back to where you can edit from and make changes. So edit with Notepad, and after that, so you want this side to be for editing. Then right click, open with. I'm using Microsoft Edge. So that one will be for viewing what we have coded. So let me resize this. I reorganize my desktop, my windows on the desktop, just like this, so that we can see properly what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we have the HTML and the HTML. Next is the head. Control D to duplicate it, so that you can save time. Then in the head we have the title. Of the title, and the title is going to be HTML images. That's my choice. You can put any other thing you want, as long as it is related to what you are doing. The body, and yes, we have body again here. Oh, we're supposed to just close it. We have the body opening and the body closing. Then within the body, we shall now call for the images. Let me move this a bit right here, so that we can see our images in this folder. So this index page is the one that we have opened here, as you can see. Then we want to include in these images right here using code, and then we shall get the output in the browser, the output of those images. Now what we are going to do is write a path, or the HTML element that is responsible for managing that, or inserting the images. So I write img for images, then source, sorry, src for source, then I write in the source of this image, and the source is defined by, first of all, the path through which you can go through to locate that image. Whereas these images are directly located near the HTML page, it is very easy that we access them. So in the source here, we shall only write the image name. As you can see, the image, of course, the one you want to put in your document or to insert in. Then I will right click on the image and find the format also. So at this step, two things are very important. First of all, the image name plus the type of this image, or we call it the extension or the format of the image. So to know the format of the image, you always right click and go to properties, and you see it will have JPG, or it may have .png, or it may have .tif, it may have .bmp for bitmap images, and so many other formats. And each file on the computer has that file extension. For this one is .html. So now that we are dealing with images, we need to know the image name. For example, this one is instructor. It is always better to copy the image name, see that, put it right there, then its format is .jpg, as we saw when we checked its properties. So I click save right here. Then we want to see this output in the browser. So I'll just click refresh, and we must be having the image here. I scroll down, or left and right. See, the image is there, but it is too huge in size. So how do we go about that? How do we solve the size of this image from being too big? So that's now the other step of controlling these images from our website. Now what we do, we add in several attributes. You know, an attribute modifies a tag. For example, the width, you want to handle the width of that image. So I will set the width to be maybe 300, then the height to be also 300. And when I refresh, we shall have that image inserted right in here. So it's rotated, but our main concern was to make it appear in the HTML page. Let me change. Okay, let me insert in another image and see how it can work out. So I'll say img for image source equals the name of the image. If you check in our folder, we have that one called mj. I'll say mj.jpg. Then outside the quotations, we define the width. Wait, if I put the width, let us see how this one will be. It's so big. Yeah, it is so big because you see it has even created these scroll bars, the horizontal and the vertical scroll bars. So what we have to do now is to define the width, or maybe the size. That's the best. The size will have the width as maybe also 300, and the height will as well be 300. So let me save here, and from the browser, I refresh, we shall have both of them inserted into our document. So with rotating these images, that would be another class. Maybe it is very easy to do. You simply right click on the image you want, go to Office Picture Manager, and then we have rotate here. This one, rotate is there. Then as you try to close, it tells you to save, and then you save that. Now after saving, and you refresh in the browser, your image must be fine. So you can do the same here. Refresh. The images will both be inserted and they will be okay. So that is it about these images, but you can as well insert more if you want. Say image source equals to, now assuming that these images, like for example this one, because in the right way of managing images, we should have images organized in the same folder. So for these ones, they are outside, and that means they are immediate to the web page where they have been put. But then, how about the one we have put in another folder? How will its code look like? So we shall say image source equals, now to access this photo that is inside here, we've got to go through, to go into this folder called images. So I'll write the folder name / that means writing this one, we have opened it up like that. Then the image name called pen dot its format, I believe the format must be .jpg. I use the same camera to capture this. So .jpg is the image type. So you see the difference is, to access this image, we went through a folder, and that's when we access the image. So it's very important to master. Now let me refresh here and we see what we shall have. Oof, the image is also too big. We've got to define its width. The width being 300 and the height being 300. So when you save this up, we shall have the same image, like other images, following the same code. The same image is also rotated. Let's just click this, rotate it back, close and save. Okay, where is it going? So now when we refresh, we have the images inserted. Now we've got another attribute we can include in these images. For example, the alt. The alt stands for alternative text. This text is displayed in case the image fails to load or to get displayed in case of any issue, maybe because of slow network, or maybe there is an error within the image, or anything that can make the image fail to display. Maybe you specified the wrong type of the wrong format of the image. For example, I'm going to put the alternative text in case that image fails to display. So the alternative text will be maybe to display the name of that person in the image. Okay. Now from that, let's try to refresh the browser and we see that what will happen. We go back here. I'll click on this. It will display all the images. But now, how about when we make an error? Maybe change the location of this image called MJ from where it is to into a folder. So what will happen is that the browser will not know where the image is located, but it has the code to display it. So rather to display the name of that image or any text you ask the browser or to display in case the image fails. So that's how we work with alternative text. Let me fix this problem displaying search. So I'll go back to the design view of this code. And you know now to access this image code called the MJ. Of course, we enter a folder called images, then slash, and from there we can access that image according to this directory structure. So we are writing in this code, so we go to enter in here, and from there we find MJ as an image. And then when we refresh, everything now works out well again. So see you in the next class. In case of any queries, don't hesitate to reach out to the contacts available or visit us at the computer school, and we shall be helping you out through the programming problems and other computer related issues. So see you then.